Hey guys, my name is Charlie. I'm with Everglades Equipment Group. We're here in Northport today and we're going to go over a 303080 compact tractor. We're going to talk about the engine, we're going to talk about the whole outside of the machine and kind of what it looks like when you're in the operator station. Okay, so to start off, we're going to talk about these tires. These are actually the R4 tires, which are our most popular model. They're kind of right in between the turf tire, which is not going to tear up your grass at all, and the R1s that are a lot more aggressive. They actually have more of a V-shaped pattern. So these are the good in-between tires. They don't tear up your grass too bad, but you still have enough traction to get out of a sticky situation. We actually fill these back tires up when there's a loader on the machine with water in Florida, because we don't freeze down here, just to give you that ballast weight so your loader actually performs properly. So this is a question I get asked a lot, and it's really, so what is this when I look at it? I get a lot of people go, oh, I want the 300E tractor. That's actually just the name of this loader that's on the tractor. So if we go down here, I don't know if you can see this, but it says 3038E. That's the model of this unit. So to kind of break that down in John Deere world, the 3 or the 30 at the start of this is going to be the series of tractors. So if it's a 1025, it's going to be a 1 series tractor. This is a 3038, so it's a 3 series tractor. The last 3 really, but this is only 38. This is going to be the horsepower. So this is roughly a 38 horsepower engine. I think it's actually about 37.2 or 3, but it's a 38 horsepower for John Deere. And then the E, the last one, is going to be the trim package. So just like all of other John Deere, it's E, M, and R. So the 3 series, they either come in the E or jump up to the R. There's actually no M series in the 3s. Okay, so to actually access your engine, this is locked. It's a hood, but it's just locked. So you actually take a key or a pin in your pocket, whatever you have, but something, and stick it in. There's a little plastic part here, and it actually has a hood opening symbol on it. And stick the key in there, and then at that point you can lift this up, and it's got 2 hydraulics here, so it actually holds it up. It doesn't ever fall on your head or anything like that. But once you're open here, you can actually access everything really easily on these. I know your loader's a little bit in your way, but not much to do about that if you're just accessing it real easy. But these panels actually on both sides come off with just these 2 springs here. They're actually plastic knobs, but you just push in and twist them, and then that whole panel comes all the way off. So you can access everything right from the side and do all your oil change and everything you need from right there. So just as a brief overview, I'm not gonna get into the details of all the engine and everything, but this is the 38 horsepower Yanmar diesel engine. And just kind of as an overview, you got your air filter up here. It's really easy to access. You've just got an elastic up here with it's almost a bungee, okay? It's bungee up here, so that holds your air filter down. So you just pop that bungee off, then you can pull out your air filter there. Then right here, you've got your DPF, or your diesel particulate filter. Okay, and then as you go up here, you got your battery down in here. This whole hood and everything can come off as well. But these side panels actually come off with just a twist of these little yellow knobs, and on both sides. So you can access everything on both sides. And you got your oil filter down there on the side, easy to access. You can check all your fluids from right here, very easy. So while the hood's open, if you can actually see up under here, every John Deere machine really has some sort of little maintenance chart somewhere on it. So this one's conveniently placed under the hood. So this actually tells you when you should check your levels of everything, when you should do your oil changes, all that good stuff. So if you ever need, of course you can call Everglades and check, but it's actually gonna be right under the hood on this model. So now we're in the inside of the tractor, right? So this is obviously an open operator station. You've got the fresh air blowing in your hair. This one obviously has the rollover protection system. This is really great. We've actually got a pond right behind us, but this is a good thing to keep from rolling over down a hill and all that good stuff. But of course, these do roll back. They actually just flip back right here at this pivot point. So if you have a lot of trees on your property, or you're putting it in a barn or something like that, you can of course just tip this back and it folds on itself. And then it's only this high and you don't have that extra height up there. Moving on from there, just as this little control console here on the side, you actually just have one button here on your blanks. You have 2, but you have one that it comes with from the factory, okay? And this is just your PTO. So to engage your PTO, to get it spinning, if you have a rotary cutter or something like that, you're actually gonna long press this button. So hold it down and then you'll hear it turn on, okay? And then you've got 2 blanks here. You could add cruise control if you'd like, and it would go right here. Then you've got a small cubby here, put your phone, your wallet, keys type of thing. And you've got a 12 volt, like cigarette lighter type. And then you've got a cup holder and a nice handle. Okay, so moving on, you've got your loader control here, okay? So this is standard, right? So to go bring the bucket up, you're gonna actually pull down. To bring the bucket down, you're gonna pull up. To get the load away from you, you're gonna dump out, and to curl the bucket in, you're gonna go left, okay? So moving on to the actual display unit, you've got up here, you've got just your throttle. It's pretty obvious. It shows you a turtle to a rabbit, right? So this is a hydrostatic transmission, so you don't have gears, you don't have a clutch, you don't have anything hard to handle. You just have your throttle down here, and you've got a forward pedal and a reverse pedal. So once the tractor is on, you can keep it down at the turtle speed and cruise around just with your forward and your backup pedal. Okay, so to get the machine started, there's actually just your key right down here, kind of in between your knees. Then moving on to the left side of the steering wheel on the actual display here, you've got your light control, you've got your diesel particulate filter. That whole regen process actually is going to go on right here. You've got your left and right turn signal, your hazards, which are right here. And then you've got your display. So just like a truck, you can switch through your display. You can see where your DPF is at, how full it is. You can see your machine hours, all that good stuff you can switch through right on this middle button. Okay, so I missed something here, but on the right side here, just below you, you've actually just got your 3-point on the back. So to lift and lower that right here, you've got 0 to 9 level, okay? So as you're box blading or anything like that, rotary cutting, anything like that, you're obviously going to control that from here. It even has a little spot you can actually lock it so you don't go too far down type of thing. But that's about it on this side. Okay, so on this side we've got a couple more levers than we did on the right side. We've actually just got this one here. You can't read it maybe from there, but you've got neutral, low, and high. So to start the machine, you need to be in neutral with your parking brake on. And this is just like an e-brake on a car, okay? So it's got a button here, and you lift up, and to disengage, push the button in and drop it down, okay? And you have a display on your dashboard too for that parking brake, so you can tell when it's on. You don't accidentally try to drive off with your parking brake on. Then back behind us here, you can see it's pretty easy to read the fuel gauge, but this is your diesel fill right here, and just your fuel gauge, it's a standard one, okay? Then right here, this is just a cubby. So from factory, this is where they actually put the operator's manuals, just right in here. You can obviously take those out, store them in your house, and then fill this up with tools, gloves, keys, wallet, whatever you need. Okay, so on the right side, I already kind of talked about it. We've got the forward and the reverse pedal, but on the left side, this is actually your brake and your differential lock. Okay, so if you're in a sticky situation and you need to get out of it kind of quickly without doing the full four-wheel drive, you can actually just lightly press this down and it'll briefly lock in your differential. Or if you press all the way down, it's actually going to be like a brake for the unit. Of course, this is hydrostatic, so when you let your foot off of the gas or the reverse pedal, you're actually going to come to a stop kind of slowly. But if you're on a hill or something like that, the machine will still be rolling. So if you need a brake, use your left side here. Okay, we're at the back of the tractor. I'm just going to go over a couple things that this one has and keep it short. But this one actually has a drawbar. This is just something you can put a hitch on or tow something, even if you've got a little utility trailer, boat trailer you need to move around. This one actually was used to haul some kids around for a hayride. Then moving on up, we got the 3-point right here. This is a category 1, so it's the smaller end of the spectrum, goes way up, and everything gets a lot bigger, right? But this is actually where you're going to install any rear implement. So even a box blade, a rotary cutter, anything like that is going to go right on the back. And you might have seen before, John Deere actually makes something called an eye match. It mounts right onto these 3 top pieces and actually makes it really easy. So any implement you can just back right on up to, and it latches itself pretty much and drive forward, so you don't have to come back here. Typically you've got pins and a bunch of stuff you have to do, moving them around. So some common attachments that go on the back of the tractor, really a box blade, a rotary cutter, a tiller. There's all kinds of stuff and the list goes on, but those are probably the most common that I see. A box blade is going to be used as like a scraping tool, right? So if you've got a dirt driveway or if you've got a little pad that you need to lay down, a box blade is going to be great. It just moves dirt around, gets it all level. You can scrape up some, loose, small rocks with it, stuff like that. Then a rotary cutter is going to be, people call them a bush hog, there's all kinds of different names for them, but rotary cutter is going to be a mower deck, right? Commonly on this size tractor, I would do a 60-inch mower deck, and it just comes off the back. It's got a wheel on the very back that actually swings around pretty freely back there, but it can mow kind of pasture grass or thicker weeds, stuff like that. Kind of keep it under an inch thick, but just tall grass and weeds like that. And then the other thing is that tiller. So a tiller really, it's kind of in the name, right? But it tills under that dirt. So if you've got a little garden bed or something like that that you want to do, you can get yourself a rototiller, and actually everything hooks right up to the PTO shaft here. Okay, so this is the 300E loader, like I said before. This comes standard with the 60-inch bucket on here. It's got some nice tie downs here. It's got the blade on the edge. You can really even back scrape with it, you know, if you're doing dirt work or anything like that. And it's narrow enough that if you have a horse stall or something you're trying to get into, the whole tractor's, you know, pretty narrow that you can actually fit the whole thing right in there. Every John Deere tractor is going to have this same quick attach up front here. So this is all connected to the loader, and we'll zoom in a little bit. But you've just got 2 pins on either side. Then you basically tip the bucket forward, and the bucket comes right off. So today we went over the 3038E tractor with the 300E loader that comes standard. Please, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And he'll actually put a link to my Instagram. You can even DM me on there and get some more questions answered. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.